So I'm gonna have to add some green. Oh gosh. Let's put this here. Right. We start with the dark color. You don't have to do this, but this is what I prefer doing. That shot is nice. Just saying. So yeah, I was doing this yesterday. Last night, I started it last night. I've done one entire palm leaf already. So this is a second one. There are two. I don't really have much left to do. But yeah, I was doing this yesterday. And then, as I was painting, I realized it looks better when it's not fully blended, but I can see the brush strokes still. So I said, this is the technique I'm using for all of them. It just makes it look more like a leaf. I feel like blending, like proper blending, is like perfect for when you're working with skin. But with like nature, I feel like blending should be the last thing you think of doing, because there are so many strokes that are present in nature. When I say nature, I mean like leaves, I mean tree barks, I mean the sea, I mean water, you know, like none of them is actually super even. So I was like, that makes sense. So this is what I'm gonna use for all of this. So I've picked up the white. I did not rinse the brush because I still want the green residue to contaminate the white slightly. But yeah, this is just me filling in the corners before I start blending. Hopefully I still have this technique mastered the way I did yesterday. Kulala inaweza kufanya kitu, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So yeah, I just go back and forth. Also notice I have moved the position of my brush. I was brushing like this with the bristles. Focus. Focus. I was brushing with the bristles like this, but now I've switched it to the thinner side and now I'm brushing like this. Hope umeshika hiyo. But yeah, I am not looking at my reference picture right now, but I did glance at it before starting to record because my reference picture is on my phone and I am also using my phone to record. So yeah, you know, you gotta get crafty when you're in such situations, okay? It is during difficult times that solutions come about, because they are needed at those times. Also, I am slightly rotating my brush, so I'm not completely sticking to the position that I told you. Look at how the lines are just coming in when the white mixes with the green. I love that. I love that. So not completely blending. And you can leave it like that, to be quite honest with you. But let's work on the edges a little bit. I stood up so I can see it like from a distance. That's very important to do as you paint. So yeah. You see those mistakes on like the edges? I'll just end up covering those with the background when I do finally do the background. So yeah, you don't want to take too much time correcting things because the beauty is in the visibility of the strokes. So we've moved on to this second one, which I did yesterday. Now you can see the difference between blended and not blended. This one I blended all the way through the way I would blend skin. This one I have not, as you have just seen me do. So I did not like when I started doing the incomplete blending, I was like, okay, I will let that dry and redo it tomorrow, which is today. So yeah, that's actually something acrylic paint allows you to do, unlike oil paint, which is why I like acrylic. It forces you to work fast because it dries fast, and once it's dry, there's no wetting it again, unlike watercolor. So when you make a mistake on acrylic and it dries, or even if it doesn't dry, because it's not really good for like layering and stuff, just wait for the acrylic to dry completely, and then you can just paint over the mistake or whatever you want to edit, for lack of a better word. But I think edit makes sense. Now we start blending. Switched the direction of the brush, as I said earlier. This one's gonna be a bit weird because it has 2 layers, but it's okay. The beauty is in the visibility of the strokes. Let's add some green because the white is starting to contaminate areas that should be purely green. So yeah, this is basically painting 101. Just keep adding color until you like what you see. But don't add too much color, you know. When you add too much color, you'll end up with gray. Okay, so be cautious, don't go crazy, don't go crazy. I feel like that's good. I'll just stand up and look at it. My camera is not auto-focusing. I think it's because I know what it is. It's fine. That's good. Dark color first, as indicated. I don't know why I started with the dark color first. It's just a matter of preference, honestly. I don't think it really matters whether you start with the dark color or the light color. So I'll insert the original image. So with the original image, the light is more on the ends of the leaves, but I've switched it up because what the leaves are surrounding is somebody's face, and her hair is the area I am painting around right now, and her hair is black. So having a dark color next to another dark color just makes them drown each other out. It's like weeds, you know, they compete for soil and nutrients and stuff like that. So one color will compete for attention and it'll end up winning, and the other one will just end up getting lost or look like it's a part of the other one. So because of that, I chose to change up the lighting, so make it look like there's a spotlight at the center of the leaves, so the leaves are getting white as you go to the center of them. I hope that made sense. Too much white, we remove it on the tissue. Right, let's add some green. I don't think I washed this. I don't think I dunked it in water before starting this. Let's just do that. Again, with acrylics, you don't want too much paint in an area, otherwise, again, they'll end up competing for attention. The spotlight. Oh, guys, look at those strokes. Look at those strokes. I've always wondered how people made like visible strokes with acrylics, and now I know. Also, the brush matters. I'm gonna show you what brush I'm using in a moment. I think that's good, honestly. I am hold on. Let's add some just a little bit of white just for down here. There we go. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. So I am using, can you see? Can it focus? Martel China size 10. This is what the bristles look like. There we go. It's not very big in comparison to my hand. Okay, that's done. I can already tell it's nice, but I'm gonna stand up anyways to check it out. Let me tell you, once the background is in, hey, you will not be able to talk to me anyhow. It looks like a mess now, but once I fix it with the hair over here complete, it'll come and cover up all these loose ends, and then I do the background. Hey, it'll tuck everything in nicely. Yeah, let's move to the next one, shall we? Water. Also, pro tip, and this is how you should be painting. Always paint from the top going down. So like if you're doing an entire painting, you want to start from the top of the painting, finish those, and then work your way down. Because if you work from the bottom going up, you're just gonna end up smudging things, and it means a lot of repetition for you fixing things and all that stuff. So it's just easier. Work from the top, go down. I know most times it's so easy to start from the bottom because the bottom tends to have the simplest bits of the painting, but just start from the top. Why not start with the harder ones so that you can enjoy the finish, you know, because the finish will be so easy. Get what I mean? Yes. So I think I'm going ham with this green, so I'll just go ahead and add the white. Also, one thing to note is my background is going to be white. My background will remain white, so I'll just do some touch-ups with my primer instead of actual white paint to fix up and tidy up the background. But the reason I've said that is, like I said earlier, don't put a dark color next to a dark color. Same concept with light colors. Do not put light colors next to each other if they are like close in terms of the color scheme. Yeah, I was about to dip in water, but I was like, nah. So you've seen I've done my edges green. That's to distinguish the leaf from the background. But typically, if my background was not going to be white or a super light color, I would have just done white on the edges as well. I find it fascinating how when things are a work in progress, they always look rough. They must look rough. Like everything that is becoming perfect has to look rough at some point. And I feel like that's a life lesson. You know, it's something I think about probably every single time I'm painting. I'm just like, whoa, that's fascinating. Such things fascinate me. Okay, started blending, not really caring about the edges because, like I said, the background will cover those up. My teacher in A-levels used to hate the fact that he used to say I work backwards by finishing with the background, but I'm just like, does it even matter whether you start with the highlight of the image or whether you start with the background, you know? And he was always like, Melissa, start with the background. I was like, but sir. Yeah, I think he commented about it literally every time I was doing a piece. It's like, why do you finish with the background? You're supposed to start with the background. Then one time I started with the background, he was like, yes, this is it. It's like, wow. Shout out to you, Mr. Ngaruya. One day you will watch this video and be like, oh my gosh, she's talking about me. I might send it to you. I still have his number. I have so many of my teachers' numbers. It's not weird. Let me tell you, St. Austin's was like family. Honestly. At least that's what it felt like to me. See, that one's good. Oh my gosh, that one's so good. I can already tell. But let's just stand up and go. Oh, hey, fire, 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 fire. Shall we continue? Yes, we shall. Something to note, I've actually never painted anything nature-like. You could leave it like that actually, that looks really nice, but I just want to do a little bit more blending right here. It looked really nice the way it was though. Should I leave it like that? That looks really dope. But does it really go with like, I guess let's mess it up a little bit. We'll just, my slight OCD is just, it's triggered. Just a little bit. There we go. That's so cute. Whoa, that's actually really nice. Fix this area up a little bit. So I've moved closer to the window, and I'm just gonna bring this here so you can see what I'm doing behind the scenes. I don't want to create shadows though, so I'm gonna leave the cup there. Tissue can come right here. That's pretty comfortable. Guys, white does things to paintings that no other color can do. In fact, I never actually like any of my pieces until I add a touch of white. So, that's how serious it is. I think I'm gonna leave it like that. I keep saying that, and then my perfectionism comes in and is like, no. Okay, that's good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Should we change like directions? This is making the green look very cold when it's actually really warm. Let's switch positions. Rolling. I have 54 minutes left of filming time. That's fine. It's so beautiful. There's water here. I can't pick it up. I'll just let it dry. Crap, but it'll dry badly. How did I even get water there? Let's just put the tissue there. Yokote pole pole. Yeah. No, fam. Ah, jeez. That's bad. That's bad. That's real bad. Let's add some green there. Crap. Why did I do that? I would have just let the water dry and then fix where I need to. But it's okay. Real-time mistake fixed. So again, we start with the dark green. You've gotten the hang of this already. Water, rinse your brush. Oh my gosh, I've gotten it. Okay, sawa, nime understand. I've gotten water here also. Wow. Right, let's just pick it up, because I know if it dries like that, it's going to be a spot. Crap. Ah man, the way this leaf was super. What do I do? Let me just add some green. So water has proved to be an enemy of mine when it comes to painting. An enemy and a friend because it allows me to thin out paint and keep my brush clean, but an enemy when I've already finished a section. When I was in year 11, my final exam, yeah, I had just finished. And then I was cleaning up and my cup of water decided, girl, I'm spilling over. Hey! Sema tears. Okay, I didn't really cry. We managed to fix it as much as we possibly could. But my piece was not the same and I had finished it, guys. 8 hours of labor. 8 hours of labor. It was even more than 8, even though 8 is what people should typically do. But I'm pretty sure every single school is usually given more time by their teachers because art isn't like timetabled or anything. So it's hard to actually monitor if the 8 hours are actually being observed. This is for the controlled test. So you sit like in the art room for the amount of hours you have to sit for and create, basically. And then that is sent over to Cambridge with your preps and all. Preps which you would have done prior to sitting for your exam. But yeah. As I said, the beauty is in the visibility of the strokes. I'm gonna perfect this technique where the strokes are visible. Well, not necessarily perfect it, because I don't think there can be perfect art. Just because everybody has different preferences, clients and artists, but I am going to make this my own. That's for sure. That is for sure. Let's add some green here because I don't know. Just because. There we go. Thank you for joining me. End results in a few. I'm still seeing that spot where the water messed me up. And I'm like, wow, why are you doing like this?